Well, I'm back after a brief little absence from this show.
Welcome back.
What I'm doing? It's warm. The weather has been rather interesting. It's hot in the morning and then cold, galing winds at night. So random, I swear. But then again, that is how it is in this side of the world.
Yeah, personally, I'm not a fan of the heat. It's why I don't mind cold environments.
Well, neither am I. I don't come out at in the daytime. I just come out at night, as all desert creatures do. So
So what you're saying is you're not exactly saying that you're Batman, but we never see you and Batman in the same room together.
nope, you never will. Let's see here. So, what have I missed since I've been gone? What has happened since I have taken a small sabbatical in the world of Zeztz? No,
a whole lot of stuff.
No, legitimately, what happened? I mean, I know we got a final form. I know that they had announced that, like, now we're getting the final bosses. It's like Code is not the final boss. Like, there was something else, which I'm like, yeah, that seemed about right. So, I mean, again, I'm like, wow, I have missed out on quite a bit.
Yeah, but, well, a lot of stuff went down. I mean, I guess it makes sense that the lady, if that is her real name, Mommy Nem's mama, she basically fused with one of the nightmares, and she's a part of the quadruplets final boss.
I'm like, is that really Nem's mother? Have we verified this? Because honestly, I feel as though like that was just a red herring for us. Who knows? I that's what I argue with, because we were aware they did announce that these were 4 villains were finally going to show up, and these were the final bosses. It's not Code. It's not anything like that. This is what Code was trying to prevent. And yet the mama, the MILF, has fusioned herself with one of them, because I'm like, wait, they both have different voices. It's not the same. It's not the same person. So. I was just taken aback, honestly. They do explain, but it's like wait. So was that always a thing, or what? It was 3 really? Oh, I guess I'm by myself right now. Something's going up with the internet around here, folks. So please bear with us as we continue this review. So I guess look, I need a title card. We needs a title card. But if we don't have one, we're gonna get there it is. There it is. Case 41, Arise. And as we all know, Nox has got a final form, Zeztz has got a final form, but that doesn't mean jack squat in the hindsight of these Kamen Rider shows. Because sometimes final form is the best form, and yet base form is best form.
You mean like that time in Forza when he's in base states, he just uses rockets. Spoilers for a 15-year-old show, by the way. He just uses the rockets and drill, modules, and then all he has to do is like pull the limit break crank lever thing just like 5 times in a row, and that's enough to defeat the final boss.
Forze 5 is even Kiva. Like their final forms being like, ridiculously like, no, that we didn't need that. We didn't need that. Base form was fine enough. Then what is the point? What is the point?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's different, but it's odd. It's odd to me how, he's in X-Dream, which is his final form, but yet there's been a few times to where he used like Orderm or Catastrom, and I'm like, wait, isn't X-Dream more powerful than both of these forms?
Apparently not. Apparently not. So, like, whatever. Okay, so we have been for episode 41, we get a quick recap of what happened last week, and it's a quick like refresh to me of what's been going on. 4 nightmares, 4 calamities have finally revealed themselves. That these were the things that Code were trying to prevent from happening. Isn't it always the way? There always has to be something. I thought, we're the organization. That's not new, but that's actually interesting if you're going to keep it. But no, there have been 4 nightmares, and refresh me. Did Nem have something to do with this?
I don't think intentionally, or if it was unintentional, it didn't really show it that way.
Because we've kind of been believing that Nem was the cause of all this. Like, Nem is the catalyst. Nem is the Yui of this show, where it's like everyone knows her, everyone is aware of her, and it's like, yeah, everything is her fault. But
I thought everything was Decade's fault.
Well, yeah, we always blame it on Decade. Seriously, who the hell messes with the timelines? You don't do that. You don't do that.
Yeah. But the age-old question: if he Kamen Ridered into Zeztz, would his Deca driver be on his chest, or would it still be on his waist? And if it was on his waist still, would the Zeztz driver still be on his chest, or would it be gone entirely?
I would just question what would his like next final form would be. that final form that they made for him, I'm like, that looks ridiculous. Some people like it. I just kind of looked at it and I'm like, you gave him a cape and extended the antennas on his head. Okay. Not my choice, honestly, but okay. Let's hopefully Kabuto with his anniversary gets something cool. And not just repaint.
Well, there is that Atlas suit, which may or may not be Tendo Soji. I don't know.
Who knows? We'll find out. But yeah, so the 4 calamities have finally reached, I guess, like the nightmare realm, or the realm within the realm of dreams that connects and controls everybody.
Yep. And you know something? That nightmare realm, or whatever it's called, it looks cool.
It looks like something out of Star Fox. Like, no joke. I was like, was this a level in Star Fox? I know that the Switch 2 version came out, and that looked pretty sick. Same game, but looks pretty sick.
Yeah.
But
also, if we're going to talk about Star Fox, I'm just going to say this right now. Bye, Kitty. I don't care if this is an unpopular opinion. I love Star Fox Adventures. That's a great game.
That is not the craziest hot take I've heard from a franchise, honestly.
Oh, I'm sure, but I don't know. Like, when I see other people who talk about Star Fox Adventures, it's either you like it or you dislike it. I'm in the camp that loves it.
Well, most of the time I see people talk about it, and it's anything with like whether it be a Kamen Rider, a video game, whatever. I'm like, when you look it up, and it's like majority of the time, if it's a hated series or a hated sequel, everyone is saying the same thing. Then you find the random, was it really that bad? Please explain. Give me an honest to God opinion about the series. I have seen people talk about Zeztz and say that Zeztz is possibly like the most cookie cutter Kamen Rider that there is. I have heard people say Zeztz is again just a snooze because of like when does it pick up? When does it get good? Like, like what do you mean when did it get good? What are you talking about? Like, I've heard people even clown on Zeztz before Zeztz even came out.
Yeah, that tends to happen with, new Toku, especially Rider, to where people will prejudge it and take it at face value without seeing the show at first. Now, admittedly, I have done that a few times. I'm guilty of that myself. Like, I remember when we all saw Gaim and we were like, fruits, I can't take that seriously. And then it became a fan favorite. It became my second favorite Kamen Rider series. Heck, I introduced it to a couple of friends of mine, and they think it's amazing.
It's one of those things that it's like, when someone says something, then everyone hops on the train of negativity or popularity. But I'm like, what do you honestly think about it? I was like, yeah. Gaim is great. Gaim is an amazing series by itself. Now, when you get into the films, into the hyper battles and the Beast-Nexes, I'm like, okay, stop. Just stop. Same thing when we finished Ryuki. I said that Ryuki was actually a very good series for what it was and what it was philosophically. It isn't an amazing series by default. No, it has its faults. I gave it a high score, yes, but I know just because it literally set the stage for telling a story and not just being episodic. But the same thing with like Gaim and or with Zeztz and whatnot, or any hot take. It's like, can someone actually tell me, like, why is it a bad series? Why is it a good series? Why is it considered a fan favorite? Like, seriously, why is it? Tell me.
Yeah, and if a lot of people tend to jump on bandwagons for a lot of things. I try to make my own opinions, like I know this isn't Toku, but like Sonic 06, for example. Yes, the game is far from perfect. It was rushed. They could have waited a little longer to release it, but people act like it has literally no merits. Like, okay, ironically, even though it's considered one of the worst Sonic games, it has legitimately one of the best soundtracks. And then, there's some other positives like, Shadow's character, certain story elements, the visuals. Like, the game has potential. There's even been like fan mods to like improve the game. Or if you want like a Toku example, I have seen plenty of times to where people would crap on Turbo Ranger, O Ranger, and Go Busters. And usually it'd be people who would just jump on bandwagons. Honestly, I watched Turbo Ranger, and putting aside my love for Car Ranger, I didn't see what was wrong with it. It's like, why do people not like this season? This is awesome. It feels like the other Sentai around that time. I mean, with O Ranger, I cut it a lot of slack because of real life events that weren't the show's fault. Yes, it's unfortunate that it flip-flopped its tone. And honestly, I think Car Ranger did and I'm not trying to be biased when I say this, but did the comedy aspect much better than O Ranger. But O Ranger still has a lot of merits, a lot of cool moments and good characters. And for Go Busters, man, people back then when it was airing had a lot of... They basically didn't like it for shallow reasons. I would constantly see people say, oh, I don't like it because it's not as fun as Gokaiger. Oh, this show isn't Gokaiger. I don't like this show because it isn't Gokaiger. Oh, I think the show is boring. And I'm like, oh, it replaced Gokaiger. I don't like it. And I'm like, No, it's not here to replace Gokaiger. It's a new chapter in the Sentai legacy. Of course, it's not going to have the big anniversary aspect that it did. But, if you watch the show based on its own merits, instead of comparing it to the season before it, you'll find that it's actually a great show.
No, and that's the thing with a lot of shows is that form your own opinions, make your own assumptions. Believe me, I was there when these shows were airing, and hearing everyone just compare it to the last season because of the gimmick or whatever. I'm like, bro, just no. If you don't like it, that's fine. But then people go back and rewatch it, and it's like, this is so good. I'm like, yeah, you thought it was crap. So, stop following the trends and listen to what you have to say. But right now, with Zeztz, so far, looking into into ratings and into into a lot of factors, both online and by TV standards. Apparently, Zeztz has been getting a lot more traction than most Toku properties lately. So despite what people might be saying online, it has been actually getting some very good traction, especially with these ones. Right now, with the calamities, since they have infiltrated the in-between world and now access to, I guess, everything now, they have now completely started an all-out assault on Code. And I'm just like, wait, so Code is a secret agency, so they must be an international thing. There can't just be just Code in Japan. And we have verified, yeah, there's Code USA, Southeast Asia, India, Africa,
the United
Kingdom. Code is everywhere, which is like, that makes sense. That would make sense. A secret organization would have its own branches. Obviously, it's not just happening in one country. So yeah, can you imagine just telling your loved ones, "Hey, we'll see each other this weekend. We'll gather. We'll make a carne asada or something," and then the whole place blows up.
Yeah.
Literally, and again, when I last saw Zeztz, I remember that Zero was still being locked up, but I guess now he's free. I'm guessing, oh yeah, no, I'm guessing Agent 3 or whatever is dead now. He's gone.
You really haven't seen the last bunch of episodes. Yeah. He turned into paper.
Good. He's a paper pusher anyway. No, good. Get rid of him. He was annoying. Again, I speak of the character, not of the actor. But I'm like, yeah, Zero's back, and now everybody is feeling it. Like Code facilities are literally falling. And why? It's because of one certain cataclysm that's going around. And it is confirmed because, apparently, and here I thought he was gone, but he's not gone. Our platinum blonde psychopath Tachibana is still around.
Mm-hmm.
And yet he is telling them that, yeah, everything is going to shit, everything's going to hell, and it's all your fault, little girl, blah, 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 blah. Where Nem runs back and she notices that the flower field, everything is just on white. What's going on? Yeah, this is where we get the whole thing about what happened to her mama or not the mama or whatever. Apparently, Miss former Agent Milk over here has infused with one of the calamities. It has been that no. This has been a thing since forever. They were just waiting for the proper time to show up. That's why she's been doing all this. She's one of them. And I'm just like, okay. So is she actually been her this whole time? No. They share one body. It's two entities. It's two entities.
Fused. They showed in a previous episode that they were two separate beings, but then she fused with the Nightmare.
So yeah, she's part of it, but as always, God knows how long that's gonna be until the Calamity actually, like, takes over. Like, we know that Mama has been like against Code, so has Nox, and that's their whole thing. Like, no, we want them gone, we want them dead. All right, that's fine, that's your goal. But these things over here, how long is that? Do you guys think you have control or have any type of any type of grasp of the situation? Because I doubt it. You guys are former Code agents. You don't think they're not going to get rid of you guys too? So it's only a matter of time. I feel like within the next couple of episodes, we will get the betrayal sooner or later. So, what else happened? Besides, Baku, I guess was just a new word for me to say. Baku calls his dad. Which I'm still on that whole thing. I'm like, yeah. I don't know how to feel about that. But I did have a strongly suspicious feeling that was your daddy. But I'm not, but I still don't accept it.
Mm.
Only to confirm with Zero that, I'm going to fight. I'm going to blah, blah, because we know that they're attacking Code. They're attacking innocent people. And it's like, what, so you're going to fight alongside me, son, for me and for what I believe in. Don't call me that. Good, Baku. Good for you. Good for you. But yeah, people are dying. Facilities are getting blown up. And then we get attack on Code Japan. We're just dropping like flies right now. Code is literally getting bombarded left and right, and it doesn't matter. We just, it's a whole term of evacuation and getting ourselves out. And who's the enemy? What's happening? Well, we don't know who they know, but they're not verified who it is. Until we finally get a crossing between Zero and Nox.
Mm.
Now, again, perfect moment for Nox to actually kill Zero, but he doesn't because Baku decides to run interference.
Mm.
But I thought,
and then they had the fight, and it was an awesome fight.
Yeah, I thought you guys were finally on the same side. Well, no, they are, but it's like, yeah, Baku is fighting to protect the people, and that includes Code, but Nox is still against Code, so regardless, it's a Shinji Ren type of relationship that they have. Like,
well, at least it's not Takumi and Kusaka.
Yeah. So, that fight was an epic battle right there. But given enough time for Nox to leave, or not Nox, Zero to get out. But remember, we're under attack. Who's attacking us? I don't know, but again, the fact that Zero wound up in a room isolated from everyone, and there's an attack going on. I'm like, oh, okay, I see where this is going.
Yeah, he apparently gets knocked out in a dream, and then he meets the catastrophe. Is that what? Yeah, I think that's what the nightmare is called. And so then they have some dialogue with each other, and he goes, "I believe in my dream," which he says in English, and those were his famous final words.
Yeah. But we're confirming right now Zero is dead. Not the motorcycle, not what Zero is legitimately dead. He literally got the hand ran through him, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I seriously thought Nox wanted to do that.
No, he just wants to take down code and its technology. Well, Nox, if you want to do that, like you've been pretty vague for the most part about your ambitions and goals throughout this entire season. It's like, communication is important.
Yeah, but it's Nox though. Like Nox is just, he's always been vague. That's always been the character in and of itself.
Mhm.
Kind of annoying. But then again, would you rather him being super more expressive than Tachibana over here? Would you want him to be like a Japanese Joker, constantly like explaining the plot?
Oh gosh, that would be horrifying if the Joker got Kamen Rider Dawn's sword.
I mean, that's the thing with these two, with our two villain writers, and you can include Nox in there. One is overly expressive, while the other one is repressive. One is just a chatterbox, while the other one is like, can you imagine if the roles were reversed and that it was Sieg that was the secondary writer opposite of Baku? That'd be too much. It would be too much. Nox, on the other hand, he doesn't need to say much because it just is. And as this episode wraps up, we are just confirmed that no, Zero's dead. He's dead. We get a little montage of everyone who is involved in this episode. We see Nox walk into Code HQ, into the hive, the mind of Code Japan. We see Nem sitting on top of a roof, deep in thought. Her hands are laced, kind of in prayer. You see Fuji. Oh yeah, we forgot to mention Fuji and Nasaka. That they're still involved in this. Not much. They didn't do much in this episode. They had not much going on. Yeah, Fuji's knocked out. Nausicaa is left crying somewhere. She did want to say that she was wanting to confirm that something happened. And then we leave off with the Calamity, the Nightmare, sitting on its throne, like, I think he's proud of what he's done. Like, he's kind of hunched over. That would normally be like he's in deep thought. But I think this is more of a sinister type of like he is proud of what he's done. He's sinister. He's in a sinister pose. And if he could smile, he would be.
And then it turns out that Zero wakes up and it was all just his premonition. No, just kidding.
No, that would be, again, like I said, you only get to restart once. And Zeztz has already done that. I think technically now, by canon wise, this is like what? 16. Episode 17? Because the rewind happened on episode 25 or 26?
24.
Was it 24? Okay, so 6, that's 16. Yeah, 17. Yeah, this would be episode 17. But yeah, that was case 41 of Kamen Rider Zeztz. All rise. What did
Crazy.
I come back to? I feel as though I need to catch up. I feel as though I think once I catch up, I feel like I'm going to have more emotion towards this because I'm just like, whoa, everyone is dying. Everyone is just gone now. What is happening? We are we're at the home stretch of 41 episodes. We could have 8 more. We could have 9 more episodes before this is over, or we could have another 10. Who knows how long this is going to go? And then we get Kamen Rider Myth, which yes, I have seen the fan concept art of what it is, and if it is true that we're going to get a Kamen Rider that looks like Chuck E. Cheese, well, I can't say anything about it. We got X-Aid. I thought X-Aid was a joke. I thought there's no way. No, that's real. Oh, I thought Revice was a joke. Oh, that can't. Well, we've had pink Kamen Riders before. Yeah, but they look like that. That looks like if Toei is trying to rip off the Venom movie. Technically, they did. Technically, they did. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It goes back to what we were talking about with Gaim. You know, X8 is another good example. I remember when the design was revealed, and we were all like, "No, that's not the X8 design." And then it turns out that was confirmed that it was, and we're like, "What?" But then X8, I wouldn't say to the extent of Gaim, but it became a pretty well-loved season. I mean, it's easy to see why with the whole video game motif.
Yeah. Well, yes. Case 41. Ooh. If I had known what's been going on since then, I would give it a higher ranking score. But with my position and where I'm at right now, I say that this right here is this one gets a 6 from me. And I'll explain to you why. Because as always, Zeztz has had that thing about like setting up what is inevitably to happen. Like one episode cannot stand on its own. It goes into 2 or 3 episodes. You know. So right now we're setting up the destruction. Not much happened here. There was a lot of talking, a lot of things blew up. It's a Michael Bay movie, pretty much. So next episode, I would give it a higher score now, knowing what has happened. As of right now, it's a 6 because a lot happened, but not really. Even the fact that Zero is dead, which how many times has that happened? I wait to cast a final judgment. So 6 is the lowest I give this episode. A lot happened, but a lot didn't happen. So it's all a setup right now.
All right. I give it a 9.5. I think it was a good episode.
Oh, it's a good episode. I'm not going to lie about that. I know people are going to come at me and be like, why give it a 6? It's setting up. It's a setup. That's why. By itself, I cannot because not much happened. So,
yeah.
All
well,
right.
Alrighty then. Let's see what the people in the comments, have to say.
What do they say?
War Hero 99 says, "Running away from the sun like Dracula." Okay.
Well, the thing with the
that's
count
what you missed.
Yeah, the thing with the count is he legitimately just can't. I just choose not to.
Yeah. Nem has 2 mothers. Oh, I didn't know her moms were in that kind of relationship.
Are we going to put in an agenda in our Kamen Rider show? Did you not watch last night's episode of Ryuki?
Yep.
That's been a
After
thing.
We saw
knows why.
Yeah. After we saw Code's base in the USA, we need the USA spent and off of Zeztz. Okay.
Would America have a Kamen Rider, or would they have their own version of the technology, like make it like an American superhero type of thing?
Actually, that would be an interesting idea for a future Kamen Rider series. Like, obviously have them. well, hang on, hear me out. Like, have it to be like there's global riders. Obviously, the main character would be Japanese, but then you could also have like a rider that from America, a rider from China, a rider from Brazil. I'm just naming off countries off the top of my head. But the question would be, would they all say henshin regardless of country, or would they say it in their own language? Like, would the English speaking rider say transform?
Or take the page out of Dragon Knight. Just literally just bust out the henshin device, pull it up, and say, Kamen Rider. No.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I love Dragon Knight, that is one of the few things I would change. Like,
that didn't work. That didn't hold up at all. So
yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised. I mean, I get it because it's a dub, that the Japanese dub of Dragon Knight still had them say Kamen Rider instead of Henshin. Not a big deal, but I mean, it works either way, I guess. I mean, they could have said "Let's Ride" or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they couldn't say transform, really?
Gee, I wonder why. Actually, they do say transform in the Southeast Asian dubs for Kamen Rider.
Yeah, I was like, why couldn't you just say transform? That's what henshin literally means. Don't know.
Yeah. Huh. Kabuto's not here, as in Bouken Kabuto. Hope he's okay. Well, I'm sure we'll see him this weekend when you review, Kabuto. Yes.
Yeah.
Ken no Michuiki.
That has gotten around. That we're getting onto Kabuto. And that's the one that he didn't want, surprisingly.
Yeah, basically because of the 20th anniversary film, not because he thinks that it'll be bad or that he doesn't want to do it, but because it's not available yet.
If you look at our past episodes, he would always hope when we brought up the wheel that it would land on Kabuto. And then the one time that he refuses or he forbids it to show up, I'm like, you should have never said it. You should never have said anything. But regardless, yes, Kabuto will happen this weekend. So I have to now find a place to watch it because no streaming platforms have it.
Well, YouTube has it, but Toei's channel eventually takes down the episodes after a certain.
Did they? No, because I know that
they've been uploading episodes of. They've been uploading episodes of Kabuto and Agito, and it's not because of copyright infringement. They just upload the episodes on there and with subs if you turn on the closed captioning, but they're on there for a limited time.
As of right now, Toei Tokusatsu World Official has up to episode 25 of Kabuto. I'm verifying this right now. Just where is there a playlist? We have. Oh yeah. Wait. Kabuto says that's 33. Hold on. No. Opening. Whoa. Hold on a minute. They have episodes 1 and 2, and then it goes to 18, 19, all the way to 25.
Yeah, well, that's because, some years ago, they upload the first 2 episodes of basically every Kamen Rider, at least up to a certain point. And then, like I said, they have the episodes up for a limited amount of time, but then they eventually remove them afterwards.
What a load, man. Seriously.
I mean, honestly, I'd be fine with that if it leads up to more, physical releases for Heisei Rider from Shout Factory. If they released Kabuto and Agito, I'd be so happy.
I'm going to look at it via the tablet because, again, I'm using a console right now. And again, the listings here are showing more episodes, but I just clicked on Jiraiya. Jiraiya says that's 50, and only 2 episodes show up on the playlist. So maybe it's just I don't know. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. Calamity is the first one to show off. You think? It would be the newborn one.
Yeah, he lived up. He lived up to his name, definitely. And I think we had mentioned that these guys are actually voiced by voice actors who are prominently from Naruto. I think we said that like these four are literally, I think was what Sasuke, Naruto, and God knows who else. I will verify that again next time.
And also in Super Space Sheriff Gabon Infinity, we got Yusei Fudo a few times. I like that Calamity mentions these four things: body, physicam, civilization, and Tekralom. Sorry, it's really small text on a small screen on my not my computer, my phone. Anyways, mind, Esprim, and reality paradigm. I want to know more about these four things.
Well, we better hurry up because we only have X amount of episodes left.
Yeah. Why didn't Zero use his capsule from last episode? Because Toku logic.
Because he had to die.
Yep. You do not need to like every Rider series. Yes, that is true. However, it's like, now here's the thing. I don't even like every single installment to a lot of things. I might like the vast majority, but I've got some least favorite seasons of, Sentai, Rider, Ultraman, what have you. Now, but I'm not saying that you need to like every single series. Far from it. I'm just saying that if you do dislike a show, have legitimate reasons, form your own opinions instead of jumping on the bandwagon. Because if you do decide to check it out and be like, oh, this is actually pretty good or not as bad as I thought, then it's just like, don't jump on the bandwagon then. Don't let others speak for you or form your own opinion.
Yeah, don't tell me that Ols and Gaim are an amazing season and you've never even watched it. Don't tell me that Gokaiger's the peak of Sentai and it's like, no, let us be. My whole thing is Gokaiger is not that great of a series when you remove the nostalgia of it. There is a lot that, again, they could have done better with it. That's just me. I'm like, no, was Gokaiger good? Yes, it was a good show. Was it a great show? No. Was it a legendary show? Not even. And I know a lot of people will get mad at me about saying that about Gokaiger. So, again, form your own opinions.
Oh, I've got one even better. I don't think Jetman's as great as people make it out to be. Now, watch. The Toku fans are going to come after us with pitchforks and torches.
The only reason why people say Jetman is an amazing series is because they said that was the show that was going to be Power Rangers. I will admit, Jetman is good. And they're like, you know what's crazy, though? I hear you guys, and I hear you say it, but whenever I mention G-Force, Battle of the Planets, or the original Gotcha Man, no one puts into comparison the two shows. And honestly, it's like, yeah, you do realize that they both ended and both had key points that literally mimic each other. Say that Jetman was good, but Gotcha Man wasn't.
Yeah. I need to check out more of Gotchamon because was it last year? No, it was 2 years ago at an anime con. I found one of the old ADV DVD sets. It had the first 14 the first 14 episodes.
You have Gotcha Man and you have Jetman. Watch them and then have the comparisons. Like, write down the synopsis of the episodes. And you're going to find out that, like, wait a minute. Were these two shows made by the same company? No, they were not. In fact, Gotcha Man predates Jetman.
It predates Go Ranger.
Yeah. So, yeah, how is that? All right.
So apparently body, civilization, mind, and reality. Wait, heart, mind, body. Is this Symbionic Titan? and are the four pillars of the Tibetan concept of dream yoga, where sleep respectively influences physical ability, premonition, lucidity, and reality itself. I mean, I can totally see that, considering, I'm sure I'm not saying this entirely accurately, but wasn't there some kind of Chinese or Tibetan monk or something along those lines who some centuries ago had a dream to where he was a butterfly, and then when you see the butterfly symbolism in the dreams, it's making a reference to that.
I believe that is a Taoist thing. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, well, correct me if I'm wrong. I really should have done a little more research on that. That's my bad. But if anybody has the accurate, the factual explanation for what I was trying to say, feel free to say so.
Mm-hmm.
Bouken never got his final mission from Zero. Huh, I guess the show will never end then. If you think about it, the four gore nightmares are antithetical concepts. Punish concepts seek tremendous pain. Catastrophe wants to destroy human development. Phantom Theory deteriorated the lady's mind. Yeah, that is an accurate observation. And Oblivion ate the code Somnia capsule, which warps the boundary between dream and reality. And as Oblivion will probably try to destroy it. Well, there is an easy way to stop Oblivion. Just have the champion of Cyrodiil go into the giant Oblivion Gate, shut it, and defeat the Mythic Dawn.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, honestly.
Yeah. And if you played the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, you guys know what I'm talking about. That face Joy makes Jay, not Joy. That face Zero makes just before he dies. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's going to be a meme. That's going to be a meme.
Probably. Given there are four pillars and four gore nightmares, I'm surprised there aren't four riders. But would the fourth be Nem or the lady? I mean, the lady does have, on her left hand, that a device that's a black repaint of Nox's sash, but we don't see her transform with it. Instead, she just uses capsules on it for nightmares.
Yeah, there might be something would come up with that.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said before, these four nightmares, it feels a lot like the final arc in China's Armor Hero series, the original series, to where you had those four black monsters, and then the five armor heroes take them down.
Oh yeah.
Destroy the technology to fight the nightmares. Nox is very smart. Oh yes, a true intellectual.
Well, I mean, again, Nox wanted to destroy code, but that's always something I question. I'm like, so you get rid of code and then the nightmares come in, then what?
Mm-hmm.
Nox, again, did you think this through legitimately? I
don't know. I just kind of winged it and hoped for the best.
Yeah.
That one Terminator 2 moment with that girl calling her mom was crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean. You're talking to your loved ones and then the nuke goes off.
Yep. Welcome to Kamen Rider, to where the deluxe belts are child-sized, but they've got moments to where people will question if this is a kid show or not.
Mm-hmm.
When I read the episode title as Arise, my first thought was Ghost in the Shell. Heard of that anime? Never seen it. Yeah, I know. I need to. Some of my friends tell me, "Oh, Axel, you need to watch more anime," and I'm like, "Okay, could you give me some recommendations then?" And then they don't tell me, and I'm like, "How do you expect me to watch certain shows that you want me to watch if you don't tell me about them?"
Yeah, yeah. But I get what he was saying. I get the reference.
Yeah.
My
All right.
God, everyone is so chatty today. Where are you
I
guys on
thought Mickey was the new rider. No, not exactly, because remember that Bandai Premium Disney belt? The thing is impressive, by the way, like the animations with the different keys in it. No, that's Mickey's Kamen Rider belt. Nah, it's Pikachu. Who's that Pokemon? It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. All right. We know Takeshi Hongo went to Norway and Ichimonji went to Africa. Cactus Guy was in Mexico. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, a cactus in Mexico. Who'd have thought?
The one was so surprising.
And the 10 riders in RX were training in Arizona for 3 episodes before joining RX. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Steve hates Black and Kabuto hates Gotchard.
Yeah, I think. Oh, hate is such a strong word. I think it's mostly I disapprove of how of the titles people give Black. I don't shame it. I don't disrespect it. I'm just like, I don't see it.
Well, Triple O XYZ or O's Z's is you also forgot to mention that Excel dislikes Kamen Rider Ghost. Hey, Excel, what's your least favorite season and why? I just told you. All right. Well, to answer your question, so far, I have not seen every single Kamen Rider series. I've seen some of the Showa shows, all of Heisei, and some of Reiwa. I need to get around to catching up to those shows. But so far, I would say that Ghost is my least favorite series. Now, I like it aesthetically. The idea of... I like the premise behind it, to where the main character gets killed in the first episode, hence why he becomes a ghost. But he has a second chance at life, and he has 99 days to collect all 15 icons. The problem is the execution and certain things about it. Now, it's also weird because I remember there would be, at the beginning of every episode, they would say how many days Takeru has left before he dies permanently, before he can, get the icons. And then there would be times to where it's like one episode said this number, and then the very next episode said like 9 or 10 days passed by, and I'm like, Takeru, are you screwing around or something?
Yeah.
Not only that, it's just I just don't think it was that good. It did have good moments. It did have good episodes. And then it's got some odd things about it. Like, there's this one episode to where Takeru, and don't get me wrong, I get where they're going. I get where they're coming from when they say this. That one episode to where Takeru says to that one guy, there's no parent that doesn't miss their child. And I'm like, I know what you're going for, because there are parents out there who don't have time for their kids, but they want to, and they legitimately love their children unconditionally. But then the season before it and the season after Ghost had terrible fathers who cared nothing about their children and just used them. And then there's also like kids in real life who are neglected or abused by their own parents and treat them like a burden.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a long story. I just don't. Too long, didn't read. I don't care for Kamen Rider Ghost. Now, I haven't seen Gotchard yet, but maybe that could be worse than Ghost. We'll see. Do you plan on watching all the seasons like Kabuto and Steve? I need to get around to that. Let's see. I've seen all of Heisei. As far as Showa goes, I've seen Amazon, Z-Cross, I'm going to count it, Black RX, Shin ZOJ, and then as far as Reiwa goes, I've seen 01, Saber, Geets, and currently Zeztz. So, yeah. However, I do want to see every single Sentai series. I am very close to seeing every single Sentai. I just need to see 6 more seasons. Reiwa's 10th season should be about the 10 riders working together, 2 in Revice. That'd be pretty cool. Might be expensive. Then again, Super Raya back in the day in Ultraman Taro in the Showa era, not just Taro, but in like the Showa seasons would get like the previous actors for the other Showa Ultraman back. I don't know. It might be a budget thing. I wouldn't be surprised if the 10th Reiwa Rider was like a Reiwa version of Decade to some extent. But all right, that's it for our comments.
Very chatty today, people. All right. Well, I guess that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for sticking with us and watching us and hearing us review and rant about certain things. If you want to say hello to us, we'll be at PMC this summer on August 28th. And for those who have reached out to me and said, yes, I will confirm it. And I will say my birthday is on the 27th. It's not a birthday con. It just happens to fall as it falls, it just is what it is. So
yeah,
if you see me, I will thank you all for your well wishes for my day of existing. But yes, if you want to come and say hi to us on our own personal social medias, you can. But other than that, we will see you all on the next one. Y'all have a good night now.
Yep, we also have the Buttery Show where we do movie reviews and some interviews. We go over, we just finished Kamen Rider Ryuki, going on to Kabuto next, which is awesome. We also, obviously, Kamen Rider Zeztz, Super Space Sheriff Gabon Infinity, which we'll be covering, me and Jared will be covering that tomorrow. And no Ultraman this week. However, next week will be the beginning of us going over the newest series and 60th anniversary Ultraman Teo. So, thanks for joining. Have a good night. We'll see y'all later.
Good night, folks.